Welcome back. So did you know that on June 16th, 2021, that the FDA actually warned that using hand sanitizers like Purell, which is, the one virtually everywhere, could lead to dizziness, headaches, nausea. This is due to the vapors from the hand sanitizer being experienced by a human being. And this is the end result. This is even more pronounced due to the fact that over and over Purell is used in enclosed places. I've been in hospitals, in schools, in offices, and the FDA says to use hand sanitizers in a well-ventilated area and make sure that your hands are completely dry and vapors have completely cleared before doing any activities involving heat, sparks, static, electricity, or open flames. Is that kind of wild? So please remember that hand sanitizers literally are topical drugs. There's no nutritional value. There's no skin enhancing effects. These are drugs, and I can't recommend constantly disrupting the microbiome of your skin by applying a drug to your hands. And according to Elizabeth Grice, PhD and professor of dermatology and microbiology at the University of Pennsylvania, when we perturb the skin microbiome via these topical antiseptics, we are creating opportunity for colonization of resistant bacterial strains. We don't want to do that, because what does that do? That makes us more susceptible to infections. It breaks down the barrier of our skin. And that susceptibility to infections, these flora may not be able to handle down the road. And we often think, oh, it's just a little bit. I'm just doing it on my hands. But this is the thing. What is noted in these studies is that even though our skin microbiome as a whole, it is a powerhouse. It is insane in its capacity to keep us well. And really, it's minimally influenced when we put down an antiseptic, like Purell kind of thing, on it. We say a macro level, but functionally, the consequences are tremendous. The skin goes from being our living barrier to the essentially like the Sahara Desert. Living barrier, Sahara Desert, because it gets broken, it gets cracked, dry, and the deciduous forest that was there turns into just a few cactuses, making the surface incapable of managing itself. And normally our skin just manages itself, right? Which puts more pressure and more stress on the rest of our body to maintain the balance. It really is paramount for us to understand that everything in our being is connected. Just like, say, fear can lead to headaches and ulcers and heart attacks, antiseptics, the application, when done especially consistently, disrupts our bacterial balance. And that affects bacterial balance in the gut. This promotes increased infection risk, allergies, both on the skin, like dermatitises, as well as just general allergies and even digestive issues. So whenever you use a drug, especially the over-counter ones, it is paramount to ask, what is the benefit to risk ratio for me? Am I going to gain way more benefit that's worth it versus the risk? Or are they 50-50, or is the risk even greater? Not only in that moment when you apply it, but in the weeks, the months, the years now that people are just continually gobbing this stuff on. And if you're using it, you got to understand this is a drug. You're putting a drug on your body multiple times a day or multiple times a week. The chances of there being a downside that exceeds the upside are basically 100% likely. So ask questions. Stay informed. You only get one body. I never knew this FDA letter was out there. and except for I specifically looked for it. So consider that. Water, soap, ditch the purell, create every opportunity possible to make water and soap what you wash your hands with. And if for some reason you can't, it's just it's not possible, then get ethyl alcohol and stay away from isopropyl alcohol, which is definitely toxic and it unfortunately is in like brands like Purell. So please understand, a healthy balance of bacteria on our skin and specifically our hands is a huge player in helping us not succumb to sickness and immune imbalances. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Hope this is helpful. Send this around to somebody you know that's pounding Purell all the time to make sure they're informed as to what they're doing.